Ho, ho, ho. What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey, man, listen, today, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, fellas. Today, we're going to be doing a bingo card prediction, not for a singular pay-per-view, not for a singular event, for the entire year of 2025 in the UFC. I'm going to be giving some bold predictions. I was going to do just a video on bold predictions, and I thought I can do more than just a top 5 or a top 10. We're going to cover this in a bingo card so that throughout the year, you can come back to this video and tell me if it's aged like milk, aged like wine. I'm sure the comment section is going to be really clued on, really funny down below. I'm sure there's going to be some very original jokes in the comments. So make sure you guys come back and contribute some actual updates if this is accurate. This is going to be every division, every big name. I'm trying to cover as many predictions as I can really think of. And I think I'm going to be pretty accurate, man. I'm pretty excited about this, all right? Let's get into this, dude. First prediction here on the bingo for 2025. I'm going to say we get 5 male new UFC champions and every female championship changes hands. So that means in 5 male weight classes, your time has come. There's no way out of this one. I'm not going to name the champions that I think it's going to be, but I'm thinking immediately off rip, Merab is a pretty good choice there against Umar. I would say there's a high probability John Jones changes hands of the heavyweight championship this year. I could definitely see Alex Pereira losing the belt. I don't think it'll be like Pantoja or Ilya, or Islam, but I think all the other champions, we're pretty likely to get a new champion this year, including my boy Jack Della Maddalena. But it could be Shavkat, it could be JDM, it could be Joaquin Barkley. Yeah, Barkley's a great fighter. That's a real thing. He's a great champion. But I'm going to say 5 new male UFC champions and every female division, we get a new champion. Bold prediction to start off. Let's move on, though, because this is another one that I feel like right now it sounds crazy, but I actually think it's pretty likely. Dustin Poirier changes his mind on retiring. There's no way Unk is going to come back and get a win and not get, maybe I got one more run left in me, dude. Maybe I got one last chance to get the belt, dude. 25 years paid in full, dude. I done everything I can in the sport except win the belt. I want one last ride at the belt. There's no fucking way Dustin Poirier is going out on a win, bro. This guy 110% will win his next fight, which I don't know who the fuck it's going to be. I didn't include it in my 314 video because I really don't know who he's supposed to be fighting. But whoever he fights, I feel like he's going to win. He still has pretty good skills. It seems like he has a lot left in the tank. I can definitely see Dustin Poirier changing his mind on retiring and saying, I got one more left in me, dude. It is what it is, dude. The best is blessed. I think Dustin Poirier is going to change his mind, all right? Next one we got here. Oh, yeah, dude. Shara Bullet fraud check. 2025, this guy's getting cooked up. I could see him losing to fucking Michael Venom Page, honestly. I could see him losing to Bot Nickel. Seriously, if Bot Nickel decides to shoot a takedown, he might be able to win this fight. I'm feeling that in 2025, Shara Bullet's going to be done beating up the jobbers at 185. You're not fighting fucking Antonio Tricolio, whatever the fuck this guy's name is. You're going to be fighting actual middleweight contenders and guys near the top 15 or maybe in the top 15 now that he's ranked. I'm feeling like the Shara Bullet hype train's going to end this year and we're going to see him get smudged to a decision and lose his first fight in the UFC. That's my opinion. I definitely like Shara Bullet. I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but I just feel like this is quite likely. Next one we got here, bro. This one, dude, I had a field day typing this one up, dude. Because this is happening, man. And whether you like it or not, you just have to accept reality. Nobody talks about it, lads. You know what I mean? I'm going to be fucking ranked top 10, lads. People are talking about Michael Chandler's going to knock me out. Scousers, we don't get knocked out, lads. You know what I mean? Paddy Pimblett's going to be top 10 by the end of 2025. Believe it or don't believe it, it's going to happen. See you at the top. Paddy Pimblett's going to beat Michael Chandler by decision. Michael Chandler is a midget at 155. He'll take down Paddy Pimblett, make some dumb mistake, end up on bottom or end up with Paddy Pimblett on his back. I don't think Paddy Pimblett's going to be the guy to submit Michael Chandler if Charles Oliveira couldn't do it. But then again, he got subbed by fucking Dustin Poirier. No offense to Dustin's now crying. Sorry, guys. But I feel like Paddy Pimblett plot armors his way into the top 10 is a pretty solid prediction. Like, why do I feel like this guy could end up getting a title shot somehow in the next 2 years? I really, really believe in this run. And I know it's like hilarious. I know people like doubt me, but this is one that I'm not trolling with. Like, I'm actually confident in this one. Let's move on though. This is a pretty good one. One current male champion gets highlight reel KO'd. I don't want it to be Bilal Muhammad, but he's coming to mind immediately, bro. I love Bilal Muhammad so much, bro. But I really can see him getting highlight reel KO'd by Shavkat or JDM this year, dude. I really want Bilal to stay champion and end up pound for pound top 3, but like, look at his little face in the corner, dude. Look at his fucking face, dude. Wouldn't it be amazing if Bilal just continues this title run and just ends up as the greatest welterweight of all time? I would absolutely love that. I think Bilal Muhammad is the best welterweight in the UFC, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be undefeated in the UFC, if that makes sense. Like, there's just other factors outside of how skillful he is. I think he's the most well-rounded, best champion in the UFC, not in the UFC, Jesus Christ, in the welterweight division, 100% the best guy in the welterweight division, but I also feel like he has physical attributes, age attributes, style attributes that mean he could get KO'd. I could also see it somehow being like, I don't even know, Alex Pereira getting like Andy's coming to by fucking Big Ank. Something like Marab getting KO'd by Umnar. Somebody in the pound for pound top 15, they're getting highlight reel KO'd to lose their belt. That is my prediction. I don't know who it's going to be. You tell me in the comments down below. You're probably all agreeing that it's Bilal Muhammad. And that's not funny, dude, okay? Next thing we can all agree on, though, all right? Because we may disagree on some of these other ones. I feel like we all not only agree on that, maybe not all agree on this, but we all want this. So that's basically meaning it's going to happen. I'm going to bias my way into reality with this. Adesanya, Usman, or Volkanovski gets a win in 2025. Please, bro. Please, man. I cannot be the old head at the fucking barbecue in 2047. Man, let me tell you about Volkanovski, man. Let me tell you about Kamaru Usman back in the day. I can't be the old head talking shit about Adesanya back in the day, bro. I cannot be on a fucking podcast in 2047 when I've like fallen off. You have no idea how good Prime Usman was. That can't be me. I need a win from one of these three in 2025, preferably all fucking three of them. But I'm gonna be trying to be like patient, trying to be calm, stay relaxed, and I'm gonna say just one of them has to get a win for me to cross this off the bingo card. I can definitely see Volk losing it to Poirier and then getting a bounce back win. I think Kamaru Usman, I don't know if he beats Joaquin Buckley, but he has a better chance than Colby Covington did or Wonderboy did. So if anybody's gonna beat Buckley before he gets title shot, it's probably gonna be Usman, considering who he's likely to fight next. Adesanya, I think Imavov is very beatable for him. If he loses to Imavov, he's going down the rankings and fighting fucking jabronis like Shara Bullet. So I think Adesanya could get a win this year. He looked actually alright against Dricus du Plessis. So hopefully this happens. I'm very much rooting for this, alright? Next one. This is my first fight-based prediction, and this is based on UFC 312. This is a bold pick, dude. Sean Strickland drops DDP. I don't think Strickland's going to beat DDP, but why can I just see him dropping DDP with like a 1-2 down the middle? Like, why is Dricus du Plessis actually getting good at fighting right now? Bro's actually evolving right now. All the goofy highlight reels of him are not from the Strickland, Whitaker, or Adesanya fights, and that's making me feel like bro is turning into Prime Usman, where he thinks he's like this technical maestro, and I can definitely see him just striking a little bit too carelessly against Sean Strickland. Obviously, the first fight was very competitive. Sean Strickland tagged him up a lot in that fight. I'm going to just go out on a limb, shoot up a Hail Mary, half-court three, Strickland drops DDP. Don't think he beats DDP, but I can see a weird world where the second fight is like, oh, who gives a fuck about this? Which is how I feel strongly. So maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but I'm going to say Sean Strickland drops him. And then, here's the fucking thing, dude. I fucking won both of those fights, you guys. But, yeah, you see how I'm cooking now? Come on, dude. All right. Next one we got here, oh man, people are not going to be happy with this. I don't give a fuck, dude. Fighting Nerds plot armor runs out, protest Kaio or Silva. Mark my fucking words, bro. This fuckery's not going to keep going on, dude. Okay? I like the Fighting Nerds. I want to see them continue to succeed. I think one of them will definitely end up as a UFC champion. Probably Kai Baraujo. I feel like he has the best chance based on the division he's in. I'm going to say Carlos Prates or Gene Silva loses a fight this year. I'm going to say that the plot armor is starting to run thin. Imagine if it's Rufy, bro, and he just gets fucking blobbed by Drakkar Close, dude. That'd be fucking depressing. I'm going to make it a more exciting one and be like, Prates gets KO'd by fucking JDM or Ian Gary or something, or, you know, Gene Silva gets fucking brutalized by Rafael Fiziev or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, they do good, but they just can't beat one of these top 10 guys who has a chin and has, like, cardio and has striking abilities. I'm going to say that the Fighting Nerds plot armor is going to run out in 2025. The storyline is going to end for one of these three superstars in the making. And yeah, dude, that's a pretty bold prediction. I know people are not going to be happy with that, but I just felt like throwing it on the bingo card. Next one we got, I'm quite confident in this. This is like, it feels like a bold prediction, but it's really not when you think about it. All right? Top 10 fighter in every weight class retires. Now, at first, that sounds crazy. But then you look at the top 10 at flyweight. You got Tim Elliott. Bro's pushing 47. He was born ranked number 12 in the division. He's top 10 still. Bro's going to get up out of there. Alex Perez potentially could be getting up out of there. Bantamweight. You got Henry Cejudo in that top 10. Say goodbye. It's over, buddy. Right? Featherweight. You got Volk. Aljamain Sterling. Josh Emmett. We got some old heads up in that shit, dude. Lightweight. Poirier. Gaethje. Chandler. All very, very, like, good candidates for retirement. You could keep going, man. Welterweight's got Usman. Middleweight's got Izzy. They got Jared Cannonier in there as well. I feel like every single weight class in the top 10, you can find a fighter that you could say realistically this year they could retire. I'm going to say that one of those fighters in every single weight class will retire in 2025. We're going to lose some big names. And yeah, dude, hopefully it's nobody really, really, really like doing good. Hopefully it's somebody that makes sense. But I'm going to say a top 10 fighter in every weight class will retire in 2025. Next one. Now this is gonna benefit my boy, okay? Because see now I'm interlocking them. I'm interlooping them on some interstellar type shit, dude. All right. Shamil Gaziev goes undefeated. Shamil Gaziev's getting to the top 10 in 2025. That's not even a prediction. That's just a fact. So I didn't even put that on here because that's not even like a, oh, will he, won't he? No. Shamil Gaziev's gonna be in the top 10 at the end of the year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He might even be in the top 5, dude. But I believe that Shamil the Blob Gaziev is going to be undefeated in 2025. I believe that he's going to put on a masterclass of striking, takedown defense, cardio, output, heart against skill, just pure athletic skill against Thomas Peterson, who is a real human being in the UFC that actually exists. Shamil Gaziev is going to go out there. He's going to blob on him. He's going to style on him like he used to do in the volleyball courts of Bahrain. And I think he's going to get another win in Abu Dhabi before the year is over. And we're going to be talking about Shamil Gaziev genuinely being on a title run. It's going to be hilarious, but it's going to be true. Shamil Gaziev goes undefeated in 2025. Yeah, dude. I really believe in this, bro. I really strongly believe on everyone's soul except mine. I love saying that. Shamil Gaziev's going undefeated in 2025. Next one we got, bro. This fucking hurts, dude. But I'm going to just be so real right now, dog. I'm going to be so real right now. Tony Ferguson. You're getting shipped to fucking BKFC or GFL soon, brother. I really, oh my god, bro. If I see that graphic of Tony Ferguson in the fucking GFL, bro, it's over with, bro. You know how much it hurts seeing my boy fucking Tyron Woodley, Anthony Pettis, Alexander Gustafsson, seeing these old heads in the fucking GFL, bro. Tony Ferguson, I know exactly where you need to snap your losing streak, brother. You need to go to the GFL. You need to run it back with my boy Kevin Lee. Why is he in the fucking GFL, bro? He's not even that old, dude. I believe before the year is done of 2025, we will see Tony Ferguson knuckle up in BKFC against Bryce Hall or against Conor McGregor. Or he'll be in the GFL on the Los Angeles fucking Fakers or whatever team they're going to be on. And I believe that Tony Ferguson's going to be making some huge waves in the GFL, dude. All right. Let's move on to my next prediction before I start crying. This one I already kind of talked about in the predicting pound for pounds 2025. By the way, great fucking reading comprehension, you fucking goofs. Clearly the title says predicting pound for pound fighters 2025. The description clearly says, hey guys, I'm going to be predicting how their 2025 is going to go. All the fucking top 5 comments. Bro, I thought this where's Umar Nurmagomedov, bro? Where's Hamzat Chimaev, bro? Read the fucking title, you fuck. All right, bro. But in that video, okay, and I appreciate all the people that watched the video. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. In that video that I really appreciate you guys watching and reading the title, I said Islam Makhachev's going to hit 16 wins in a row. He's going to tie Anderson Silva's record, and I believe this is going to happen. I'm going to put it on my bingo card. I'm going to lock it in stone. I'm going to throw it in there, put it out in the universe. Islam Makhachev's going to beat Arman Sarkarian. Very tough fighter. I mean, Arman Sarkarian is a great fighter. He can wrestle. And I bring you this, Islam Makhachev can wrestle as well. So that leaves me to this. I think both of these guys are going to choke on the gloves. They're going to get in there. And when that cage door is going to close, someone's going to win the fight, get their hand raised. And I think that's going to be Islam Makhachev, excuse me. I think Islam is going to be able to beat Arman, but Arman is the guy that'll beat him. If anybody's beating him this year, it's going to be Arman Sarukian. I think if he beats Arman, it's locked in, set in stone that he'll defend his title one more time against somebody else. Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, somebody like that. And then he's probably going to vacate the belt and move up to welterweight, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, dude, I believe Islam Makhachev 16 wins in a row will be happening in 2025. Let's move on to our next one, and, you know, I'm just going to throw it on the screen, then I'm going to do my coping. UFC fighter fights Jake Paul, loses by decision. Bro, I'm seeing a lot of these fucking AI-generated images of Israel Adesanya losing to Jake Paul. If I have to see Israel Adesanya, I just went on this fucking rant before about this shit. If I have to see Israel Adesanya get fucking pieced up by Jake Paul emoting on him, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm feeling like we will see somebody. Obviously, they're talking about McGregor versus Jake Paul in India. You couldn't get more of a random fucking combination of words if you tried, of like Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor rumored for India. What the fuck does that even mean? Right? But I'm feeling like this will happen in 2025. And all I'm going to say is, dude, don't tell Lucas Tracy, bro, because Jake Paul's putting together a top 15 all-time resume, bro. This guy beat Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, Nate Diaz, Mike Perry. If he beats Israel Adesanya or fucking Kamaru Usman or, Conor McGregor, dude, we're going to have to start putting this guy in our top 15 above Mighty Mouse, bro, because that resume is starting to look fucking crazy. But yeah, dude, I don't know who it's going to be. I feel like he will fight someone relatively big from the UFC in 2025. Next one here on our bingo card, Alex Pereira, Big Ank rivalry. I don't know why I got into that. Like, Alex Pereira, what a fighter this guy is. I mean, wow, what a great fighter. What a great guy. I believe he's from Mexico or Brazil or something like that. What a fighter. This Big Ank guy, though, I mean, what a lot of aura on this guy. What a fighter. Very good fighter. I like both these guys a lot. I'm feeling like we're going to get two Big Ank Alex Pereira fights in 2025. Somebody commented to me on a video, or maybe they DM'd me, and I actually really like this idea of a world where Magomed Ankalaev wins the first fight against Alex Pereira by like decision, which I could definitely see happening, and then Alex Pereira KOs him in the rematch, and then we get a trilogy. I could definitely see something like that happening in 2025. I definitely feel like Alex Pereira is going to lose to Big Ank if they fight each other. I know that people don't agree with me on that. It's a close fight. I'm not saying Big Ank smokes him. I'm just saying Big Ank colds him with his big left hand down the middle. He's a better striker than Khalil Roundtree. He has a threat of wrestling. He's on a huge win streak. Like I've said before in other videos as well, people that still try and act like this guy doesn't deserve a title shot are just fucking lying and coping to themselves. He has the same amount of top 15 wins as Alex Pereira in the light heavyweight division. And this is really reminding me of fucking Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. I'm not saying Alex Pereira is anywhere near Leon Edwards in terms of boredom. Alex Pereira is a great champion. I would love to see him keep being champion. But I also want, as you being champion, I want to see you fight the number one contender. So I'm hoping we get this fight in 2025. If we don't, it's fucking outrageous. And if we do, I think we're going to get two of them in 2025. And we're going to start the Alex Pereira Big Ank rivalry of the generation, all right? Next prediction here on the bingo card. We got a couple more left. This one, I feel like is a lock every fucking year, especially when the UFC comes out the gate with these badass pay-per-view cards. Like, when they come out the gates with fucking 311, 312, you're like, okay, what are you hiding in June? What are you hiding in March? And I feel like we're going to get months of women's / heavyweight main events before we get an amazing pay-per-view. UFC does this shit every fucking year. Like I just said, you get stacked pay-per-views and then you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then they're like, boom, here's a women's main event, brother. Here's 3 weeks of heavyweight blob main events and then 2 weeks off before the pay-per-view. This is just what you have to deal with as a UFC fan and as an MMA fan, especially when you're watching the UFC every week. I feel like this is a lock. for the 2025 bingo card. Some of these other ones I'm quite confident in, but this one, this one I couldn't be more fucking sure that we get a stretch of just terrible main events in the Apex for some reason, and then like a week break for no reason as well, just to piss us off even more before we get a badass, like, huge pay-per-view card in the middle or near the end of the year. Let's move on, though. This could probably be the pay-per-view that we're talking about. John Jones versus Tom Aspinall does happen. Call me fucking crazy. I think this is happening, bro. I think we're getting John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. I don't know why Dana White is talking about... or not Dana White, but why is every single comment online talking about Hamzat versus Alex Pereira? I don't know where the fuck that's coming from, but I feel like the biggest fight in 2025 is John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, and I do believe it's going to happen. I do believe Dana White's going to empty the fucking bank account on John Jones, and we could stop making the AI memes of fucking Jones wearing the chicken outfit. I hope we actually get this, and I'm going to say it does happen in 2025. July International Fight Week is probably what it's going to be. I would love to see it in March. I don't see a reason why we can't do this in March for that Vegas pay-per-view, but probably more likely to happen in July based on what everyone is saying. So I do think it'll happen, though. And if it doesn't, fuck, man. Imagine, dude, if we go into... I'm just going to say that now. If we go into this fucking year being like, oh, dude, this 2025 is going to be huge, bro. We're going to get Jones versus Aspinall. We're going to get Pereira versus Big Ank. And then we get Pereira versus Hill 2. And, you know, Aspinall versus Almeida for the fucking heavyweight title. I'm going to be pissed, bro. I'm going to be fucking upset, dude. I'm going to be very strongly opinionated. I'm going to be dropping some videos about that shit. If Alex Pereira and John Jones don't fight the two Big Tom and Big Ank coming after them, all right? Speaking of potential nightmare outcomes, I do feel like this is a lock every single year, especially in recent times. Random, undeserved title shot off one win. Immediately coming to mind, Justin Gaethje. Immediately off the top of the head, I'm thinking Justin Gaethje, Islam Makhachev is likely to happen this year. I'm also picturing Jamahal Hill getting a rematch against Alex Pereira. I could definitely see that happening. I feel like those are the two names that immediately come to mind, but I'm sure you guys could think of other people that if they get one win, they're probably going to get a title shot. I can just see Justin Gaethje schooling fucking Dan Hooker, because apparently they're going to fight each other, and I feel like Justin Gaethje's actually faster and a lot more technically sound as a striker and actually like pretty powerful. I feel like he's going to be patient, technical Gaethje and win a decision against Dan Hooker, and then he's going to get a title shot against Islam Makhachev because that's a fresh matchup in the division, especially if Islam beats Arman Sarukian and Bilal stays the champion, and they're like, all right, Islam, we need you to stay at 155 and defend the belt. Definitely can see patient Gaethje versus Islam being a title fight in 2025. I can also, like I said, if Jamahal Hill KOs Yuri Prohaska, get ready for the rematch that nobody fucking asked for. I'm not going to be mad. Okay, I am actually going to be mad at it if it happens before Big Ank. But yeah, dude, Jamahal Hill, Justin Gaethje, I can definitely see those guys getting a title shot in 2025. Same thing at flyweight. All it takes is one win. So that's another division where that could definitely happen. Speaking of flyweight, Muhammad Makhachev returns to the UFC. Bro, Muhammad Makhachev, I feel like, is the only guy who has a chance to beat Pantoja right now at 125. It's either Makhachev or Tyra, bro. I feel like these are the keys to beating Pantoja. And I'm going to say that Makhachev wins one more fight in Brave. Which, by the way, bro, I watched a documentary on that shit. Bro, this guy gets treated like fucking royalty in Bahrain, bro. Imagine how they treat the boy Shamil Gaz, bro. Dude, imagine living in Bahrain and Shamil Gaz rolls down the street, bro. You're probably fucking just emptying your wallet to him, like shaking his hand like Fedor in that video of him going through Japan. Muhammad Makhachev is going to get back to the UFC. They're making puff piece documentaries on this fucking guy. The promotion, Brave, is like trying to build him back up and give him back to the UFC, giving him some wins. And I feel like Makhachev will come back in 2025. Probably not straight for a title shot, maybe. If it gets really desperate and Pantoja super active, I could see him coming back to a title shot, but I'm going to say that he comes back and fights like Steve Erceg or, you know, Brandon Moreno, maybe Amir Albazi, somebody like that, and then we're talking about Makhachev getting the shot against Pantoja. But I will make the prediction that he comes back in 2025, all right? Next prediction, this is kind of a broader one that I feel like is quite accurate. Hyped up main event gets changed last minute. Go ahead and just lock that one in for me. one of these pay-per-views, we're going to get something like crazy announced, and then it's going to get canceled, and we're going to get a short notice replacement or just a change to it. Maybe Pereira steps in for one of these early pay-per-views and defends his belt against somebody else. I could definitely see him pulling that, old fucking classic move again. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty vague one that we can lock in for the year. I'm going to exclusively make this pay-per-view, so maybe that makes it a bit harder to cross off the bingo card. I'm feeling one of the pay-per-views of 2025, the main event's going to be like this hyped up, like, oh my God, we really want to see this, and then it'll get changed last minute because of an injury or because of an illness or some shit like that. That's my prediction. That's a pretty vague one that we can cross off at some point in 2025. This next one, not vague, very specific. Dana White says Conor's coming back. He doesn't. How many fucking times do we have to sit through this shit, dude? How many fucking times do I have to get got by this baldy fucking Dana White, bro? Every fucking year. What's the question? Yeah, Conor's coming back late 2026. Conor's coming back late 2026. I already know this shit, dude. He's gonna be like, yeah, what's the question? What are they asking? Conor? Is Conor coming back? Listen, Conor's coming back late, Q4 2025. Yeah, we're looking to do Conor in Q4 2025. And then December 15th, 2025 rolls around. Huh? Yeah, Conor's not fighting this year. He'll be back next year. He'll be back in 2026. Look, listen, when Conor's ready to come back, he'll come back. Cross it off the bingo card already. It's gonna happen. All right, dude? 2025, Dana White says he's coming back. He doesn't. It's done. It's locked in stone. That's just how it is, all right? We now come to our final 4 predictions for 2025. Obviously, there's a million other predictions I have, but these ones I feel are very important to say. First one here. I work so hard for this. If you know my story, guys, I'm gonna be top 5 pound for pound. I'm gonna say Alexandre Pantoja. I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna stand up for my boy. Put some respect on his fucking name. He's gonna be top 5 pound for pound. He will end up higher on the pound for pound rankings in 2025. I don't think he's losing the belt soon. I don't think he's losing a fight soon. I could honestly see a world where he somehow manages to get a bantamweight title shot, but I'm not going to say that happens this year, but he's getting to that point. He's getting to that level of dominance over the division where I just feel like it's silly to not consider, you know what, they might actually just move this fucking guy up the pound for pound rankings and maybe make him move up a division because he's beating every single person in the division and he's beating really good names like former champions, title challenges, good wins on other people's resumes. Pantoja deserves to be top 5 pound for pound. I'm going to say that will happen in 2025. He will get some respect on his damn name. All right. It's time I get my damn respect too. All right. Real ones know that reference. Next one that we got here. This is a tough one to fucking predict accurately, but I'm going to say it, dude. Former champ / title challenger leaves UFC abruptly. Immediately coming to mind, I'm going to say like Paulo Costa. Weirdly, like Aljamain Sterling. Another good one. Oh, Colby Covington. Dude, Colby. Oh my God. I could see Colby fucking leaving the UFC. I really could see him. I'm moving on to bigger and better business, biggest and best business in the UFC. All those guys in the UFC are just clowns and just jabronis. I'm moving on to bigger and better business, I can definitely see Colby Covington becoming a full-time Twitch streamer in 2025. I'm going to say that is going to be him, but it could also be Paulo Costa. It could also be Aljo. Just random. It's got to be like a random, like, oh fuck, this guy actually left the UFC. That's kind of the fitting of this one. That's got to be someone that was a champion, or they fought for the belt, or they're like a big name in their division. I'm gonna say someone like that will be randomly, abruptly leaving the UFC. Hopefully that makes sense. Last 2 prediction. One of them is gonna be completely UFC. One of them is gonna be a little bit more personal. Second or last prediction. At least 2 titles get vacated. So that, in my opinion, is very likely to be the heavyweight title vacated by John Jones and the lightweight title vacated by Islam Makhachev. If Islam Makhachev beats two more people, surpasses Khabib's record, clearly the lightweight GOAT, division's cleared out, I feel like he's just going to vacate his belt and fucking move up and just, not hold up the division anymore. Just keep beating the same people. Just let the division live in his shadow. I can definitely see that happening. So I'm going to say at least 2 titles get vacated in 2025. Maybe a bold prediction. And yes, this does apply to the women's division. You sexist. Okay? Yes, this does apply to the women's divisions. Okay? Because I want to get bingo. And I also respect women greatly. And I did get a Lana Del Rey vinyl for Christmas. If anybody was wondering what I got for Christmas, guys, I actually got myself a Lana Del Rey vinyl and a Frank Ocean vinyl as well. So if anybody wants to come over and listen to that, let me know. I'm happy to do that. The door is actually quite large because I'm quite tall. But anyways, last prediction for the year. Lucas interviews Volk. Bedtime 100K subs. Wholesome prediction to finish off the year. It's been a great year of 2024, and I believe 2025 is going to be extremely prosperous. It's going to be extremely successful. It's going to be extremely wholesome in 2025. I believe that my boy Lucas Tracy is going to interview Volkanovski, and I believe I'm going to hit 100K subs. We've already been going crazy, so hopefully these all happen. But yeah, let me know your predictions for 2025 in the comments down below. I'm sure there's going to be some really funny original jokes in the comments. Like I said, I'm sure you guys are going to be cooking up some original, fresh new jokes, new bangers in the comments down below. So I can't wait to read them. Drop your thoughts down there. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so that I can look like a fucking genius when this happens, hopefully. And yeah, man, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I hope you guys have a good Christmas. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, boys. Goodbye.